It's Uvalde Radio. It's Robert McGill here with you. Happy holidays. And we're doing kind of another one of those People of Uvalde segments. One of my very favorite people in Uvalde and the director at the world-famous Uvalde Grand Opera House. Please welcome back Miss Caitlin Visel. Mrs. Caitlin Visel.
Hey.
It's good. I say Mrs. because thank you so much. I want to tell you right now before we get started, thank you so much for letting me borrow your husband pretty much all last weekend.
Oh, yeah, it was so much fun.
So as a backstory, I had a band play last weekend, some old friends from Dallas. I mean, we had literally 2 hours or so to practice. So we rented out the Opera House Annex. Your husband, Matt, filled in on the drums. We gave him 10 songs to practice in less than a week. He knew those songs better than any of us. It's crazy. And I'm not just saying that. Literally, he did.
Yeah, he's probably my favorite drummer ever.
He's fantastic. I mean, I knew he was great. I mean, I guess I'd seen him, but I never really, worked with him and, really saw just how dedicated and how natural and cool he is. So, man, and we had a good time Saturday night performing at Broadway 830. And Matt Visel, you the man. All right, so again, thank you, Caitlin, for letting us borrow him. He's fantastic. So you've been really, really, really busy at the Opera House. I know that you've been putting up lights, and just kind of give me just a little update as to what's been going on, I guess, physically and all the labor you guys have been doing at the Opera House.
Yeah, well, we've been decorating for Christmas for since a little before Thanksgiving, because it's a big building, and we're still working on it. There's still some stuff that needs to be put up, but we're getting there. We did our display windows, so we did them with the goal in mind of if anybody comes down to send their letter to Santa on the square across the street, if they want a photo op, we've got a little fireplace set up, and then we also have a little cutout Santa in our window displays, so you can take pictures of the kiddos instead of being with Santa because COVID's terrible. And yeah, so then we decided that we wanted to have something for Christmas, but we weren't able to get anything theater.
Well, hey, before we get into the event, let me get back to the decor very quickly, because I just had this conversation with Susan Rios from Main Street yesterday about the mailbox and just how beautiful it is. And when I was at the Opera House last weekend, I saw some families dropping off their letters. Yeah. And like I said in that little segment, it was like something out of a Hallmark movie. And you guys have, between the Opera House looking as beautiful as it is, and you guys always do a fantastic job, just by the nature of the look of the Opera House, it's already fantastic. But you guys do such a fantastic job decorating it for the season. But then, of course, that beautiful red mailbox, old school, for Santa letters, and across the street at the courthouse. I mean, of course, they always go full on, So, man, I'm telling you, our downtown, seriously, we need to get Hallmark out here, shoot one of those crappy movies. Because
at the crossroads of America.
Yeah, exactly. But you guys have done such a great job of just, again, lifting our holiday spirits in a year where we really need it, and where, like you said, we really can't get the kids together physically, with a guy in a suit. So we're doing the next best thing. So thank you guys again for that. Now let's talk about the big event. What's up?
Oh, well, I was going to also shout out to my husband and my in-laws, Greg and Julie Visel, Matt Visel, for helping me get the lit-up dragon on the awning last week.
That's right. It looks awesome.
Yeah, so last year it was in the windows on the lower level. This year we were able to get it up on the awning, and it looks really cool. So thanks to my in-laws and my husband for engineering that part.
I saw you guys working on that. Your bodies are half out the window, and some people are out there. Let's be honest. That's kind of can be dangerous work, So I'm glad you guys all got through it. Okay.
And nobody got hurt.
I'd hate to see anybody fall off and get killed, and then we have to blame COVID for it. So
that's right.
So
Camille and I really wanted to have a Christmas event, especially since we were kind of decorating and all this, but we weren't able to get a team together to do any theater for Christmas. We're still kind of operating on the safer end of the spectrum.
Mm-hmm.
We're not doing huge events at the Opera House. We're trying not to have actors have to be in each other's space very much, so that everybody stays safe. So we decided that we would do Christmas movie trivia, and we had originally scheduled it for a Monday, and then our music fell through for Friday night this week for Foursquare Friday, so we decided, you know what, we're just going to do it for Foursquare Friday, and it's going to be a blast. So I have been researching all of the trivia.
Oh, okay. So this is like this is your homegrown trivia. You've been
It is homegrown.
Wow, cool. That's awesome.
I read a couple of books. I did some Google searches. I watched a couple movies. So it's all you can't cheat.
Well, how many trivia questions did you have to compile?
32.
32? That's really not that many.
Not that many.
So how many?
There's one per movie.
Wow. Okay. All right. Very good. So now the event, the contest, of course, it's Christmas movie trivia is this Friday night during Foursquare Friday. Actually, it starts a little earlier than Foursquare, or is it right? It's 6:30, right?
The doors will open at 5:30.
Okay.
Trivia will start at 6:30.
And then about how long do you expect the event to last?
I'm thinking it'll probably be about 2 hours.
Really?
Faster, maybe not. I don't really know. If anybody played trivia at Broadway when the guy would come from San Antonio, trivia there, it's in that same kind of format, but instead of 6 rounds, we're doing 10 rounds. So we can hit all of the movies that we need to hit. And then also it's an opportunity for everybody to just kind of be together, but not at the same time.
Right. Okay, so obviously you're going to have some good social distancing on there. People will be wearing masks, and it is going to be what? You just said six teams, right? 10 teams or
10 teams of 6.
Okay, so max of 60 people there.
Yeah, 60 people more or less, with a couple of staff, and that'll be it. And
so are we looking at really hard questions? Is it going to be pretty easy? Is it going to be super mainstream, or is it going to be some like really tough, obscure Christmas movies?
Okay, I'm trying not to go with anything too obscure. I'm still finalizing my list of questions. Because I don't know if you realize this, but there have been so many Christmas movies made. Like, let's not even talk about Hallmark and Lifetime and all those, like, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about Christmas movies. Right,
yeah, major Hollywood productions, right.
So many made. It's crazy. And then there's the ones that you saw one time, a long time ago.
Right.
Kind of forgot.
Fred Claus.
Well, like, I hadn't watched The Santa Claus with Tim Allen in a really long time. It came out in 94.
Oh, my gosh.
Favorite movies growing up. But I hadn't watched it in a really long time.
I watch it every year. Does that make me a kid? I literally watch it every year.
Yeah. When I was a little kid, I'd watch it all the time. I just stopped, and we watched it again, and, you know, it's just a good Christmas movie.
It's solid. Yeah, it's great.
So we're, major ones. And then there may be a couple that you might not have seen, or you maybe saw it one time. The animated TV specials I'm including, so like Frosty the Snowman and Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
The Rankin Bass, stop motion movies. Yeah, those are awesome.
Because those are also awesome.
All right, so it looks like you got your good source material. So I've already signed up, and I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to make a prediction. I'm going to win this thing. Me and my team, we're going all the way. I'm going to end 2020 on a high note, baby.
I know. All right.
Christmas movies are my thing.
Right. So
you take that to the bank.
All right. Okay, so if anybody wants to challenge Robert, y'all come on out.
Bring it on. We still got room, right?
Yes, there is still room. Robert, you're actually the only team that has pre-registered.
Wow. See, I'm in it to win it.
I have had a lot of people call and say, hey, want to come? And I said, okay, we'll come on. But you're the only team that has actually prepaid.
Everybody bring a fruit cake, put that in the pot, and I'm going to take all the fruit cake too. I like the Christmas movies. I like the fruit cake too. All right. So $10 per contestant, maximum of 6 per team, which will give you a maximum of 60 total, participants, which will be easy to maintain and socially distance. Again, it's going to be this Friday during Foursquare. Doors are at 5:30. The contest starts at 6:30. Of course, that gives you a little bit of time to get a drink at the Opera House bar, right?
That's right.
So go ahead, give me a sample. Hit me. You got any throwaway questions that I can do here? See,
I've got 2 that I picked out.
Because I don't want to be too overconfident. This will be give me a good idea of what's.
Do you want the hard one or the less hard one?
Let's do the easy one first, because if I fail on the easy one, then boy, it's going to be a nightmare on the hard one, right?
The hard one is really hard.
Okay.
That's why I pulled it, because no one would know this. Anyway, okay.
Wow,
so for the easier question.
Okay.
What is the name of Ralphie's father in A Christmas Story?
Oh, my God. You know what? It's funny you mentioned that, because that is the only Christmas movie that I actually hate. I watched it once, and I hate it. I don't get it. Of course, it came out like in the 80s, I guess.
Yeah.
Which is my generation, but I never saw it back then. And I saw it like probably in the early 2000s, and I just couldn't relate. I didn't grow up with it. It's weird. I don't know it. That's the easy one, right? And I don't get it. No. I've literally watched that movie once, and I didn't care. I hated it.
So the reason that I pulled this question off of the potential question list is because I don't agree that it's an easier question. Because the answer, there are two options.
Okay.
You can say he doesn't have a name, which how can a character not actually have a name? But whatever.
Right.
Or, quote, the old man. Like, they never actually refer to him by a name.
Well, that's not a name.
Him as the old man.
Yeah.
So that's why I pulled this one and just used it. But, that's kind of, so there will be some that are like, what's that character's name that you may not have thought about?
Yeah, that would have been cause for debate. So, yeah, good for taking that one out. And then, good for my score, too. So, all right. Give me the hard one now. God, doggone it.
So the hard one is hard, and it's also very interesting.
Okay.
And I have a hint. So if you need a hint, I'll give you the hint.
I'll probably have to take the hint after botching up A Christmas Story.
Okay, here's the difficult
Man, apparently I'm all bark, no bite. All right, go ahead and give it to me.
What Christmas movie villain is number 6 on the American Film Institute's list of the top 100 movie villains?
Number 6.
Number 6. Worst villain ever.
Hans Gruber from Die Hard.
No.
Dang! Okay, hold on. Let me give you another one. Oh, let me give another shot. And then if I don't get it, then you give me the hint. Villain. Trying to think of all the villains in Christmas movies.
There's a lot of them.
Yeah, there are a lot of villains. Okay, so let's go with... Man, there are so many. Okay, I'm going to just go ahead and say, because he's been the villain in a couple of them. How about Jack Frost?
No.
Doggone it.
I was
Okay.
gonna guess though.
Give me a hint then.
Okay, the hint is that the movie this villain was from was released before 1960.
Oh, jeez. Before 1960?
I know.
Yeah, the classics. That's where you're gonna have a hard time with me there. I don't know. What is it?
The answer is
Yes.
Mr. Potter from It's a Wonderful Life.
Mr. Posse. Well, that's what I was thinking. It might be that guy, but I didn't know his name.
He was a terrible person, and he doesn't really get redeemed.
Now, tell me this, Caitlin. I'm going to put you on the spot here.
Okay.
Are you on the Die Hard as a Christmas movie camp? Are you in or out?
Oh, I'm out.
So you don't think Die Hard is a Christmas movie?
That's not one of the movies I think of when I think of, like, what I want to watch to make my Christmas spirit bright.
But
right? Like, Christmas movies to me are to like, make you feel good about Christmas time and people getting kidnapped and building bricks.
no, it's got Christmas music and ho, ho, ho.
Agree to disagree on that one.
Yeah, I know.
So,
You made up your mind.
I wrote all the questions. There will be no Die Hard questions.
What? No Die Hard? Wait.
There are so many movies to pick from.
That wasn't a joyous ho, ho, ho. That was a disappointed ha, ha, ha.
Yeah, I know.
It's okay, though. I'm still going to win it, okay? So I'm gonna make my comeback. I'm mounting my comeback. Apparently, I got to brush up on my classic Christmas and bad 80s movies that I hate. So, anyway, well, thanks for making me a big loser. Wah, wah.
Hey, I pulled those questions because I thought they were too weird to ask in trivia night.
Okay, so
you may do really well.
Well, if you do from the Santa Claus and Grinch, I'll probably get them. That kind of stuff. So hopefully it'll be kind of more.
And another thing, if anybody has caught the posters, all of the movies on the posters are going to have a question about them.
Oh, that's a hint. All the movies on the poster will be included in the Christmas movie trivia. That's awesome. That's good stuff. Okay, so again, y'all call the Opera House and reserve your spot or stop on by and make your deposit. You guys are asking for at least like half down to save a spot, right?
Yeah. So if you want us to actually reserve you a table for your team, we need at least half down. Or if you're only going to bring 4 and you want to pay for the full 4 like Robert did, you can do that too. So the deal is it's $10 a person, but the winning team gets half the pot.
Half the pot?
The more people you bring, the higher the amount of money, but also the more you have to split.
Mm-hmm.
So take that for what you will.
Exactly,
We'll also have prizes for the best team name, best team costume, most correct answers, because the most correct answers may not actually win, and then dead last. So,
nice.
Okay. Even if you lose, you win.
It's got a few chances there. So there's going to be like a point scale as far as difficulty.
Yeah,
okay.
So like I said, we're formatting it similar to how the San Antonio trivia people did at Broadway back before COVID happened. And so you assign, in each round, you have certain point values that you use per round. And based on your, knowingness of the answer or not, if you're really, really sure, then you're going to assign the most point values to that answer. If you're not sure, then you assign the least, right? So Robert would have been like, I have no idea, because The Christmas Story was my least favorite Christmas movie of the 80s. So he would have assigned 2 points to that question. And then if you got it wrong, you're only out 2 points. But if you get it right, you get 2 points. So. Right.
Okay. So so the points you go against you whenever you miss one. I like it. I like it a lot. It's going to be very nice. I'm all about the competition. All right. Well, thanks for all the wonderful explanation and information about the big Christmas movie trivia event this Friday night at the Uvalde Grand Opera House. Quickly, Caitlin, any other cool events coming up? I know you rescheduled that Eli Buddy show.
Eli Buddy will be here for Foursquare in January, hopefully. He's had to take a out-of-town job, so he had to cancel this week.
Okay.
But so he was actually on the slate for last April with Flacco, but because of COVID, Flacco doesn't really want to perform, so Eli is going to come and do an acoustic set during Foursquare, just so that everybody can kind of get an understanding of what he's about, because Flacco is going to play with him on a few songs, but this will give you a little taste of it. And then in March, we have a bunch of stuff that got rescheduled. So the Texas Comedies will be here doing the musical comedy of Bonnie and Clyde. And then we have the Hit Parade at the end of March, and we'll have Bobby Flores and the Yellow Rose Band as well in March.
Everything's coming back to March. Cross your fingers and pray to the good Lord above. So, again, you can get all that information recapped at uvaldeoperahouse.org. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
And then the number to call at the Opera House is 830-278-4184. All right. Well, thanks again for all the great information. We will see you Friday night for Foursquare Friday, downtown Uvalde. And be sure and get your team registered for the Christmas movie trivia contest, which, I'm going to win anyway. But please sign up so we can have some fun. And I guess that'll wrap it up. Okay, we got to get a Christmas song on for you. I'm sure you've been doing all this Christmas movie trivia, been watching a few movies. And, what's a good Christmas song that's going to hit you right now?
Let's do David Bowie and Bing Crosby's Little Drummer Boy, Peace on Earth.
David Bowie, Bing Crosby, Little Drummer Boy. Yeah, it's a good one. When first time I heard it, I thought it was really, really odd and weird, and every year it just gets cooler and cooler to me. So, good choice. All right, thank you, Caitlin. Appreciate you.
See y'all Friday.
All right, that's going to wrap it up here with UvaldeRadio.net.
They told me, bum a newborn king to see, pa-rum-pa-pum-pum. Our finest gifts we bring, pa-rum-pa-pum-pum, rum-pa-pum-pum, rum-pa-pum-pum. Peace on earth, can it be? Years from now, perhaps we'll see. See the day of glory. See the day of goodwill, live in peace, so peace on earth when we come. Every child must be made aware. Every child must be made to care enough for his fellow man, to give all the love that he can. I pray my wish will come come true. As for my child and your child too, he'll see the day of glory. I played my day for him when men of goodwill live in peace again. Peace on earth